Greetings one and all, this is X82 as always welcoming you to this episode of X82's Unscripted. And in this episode I'll be reviewing Sport Champions with the PlayStation Move for the PlayStation 3. Now first off, I'd like to give a shout out to Bro Jared for making me interested for the PlayStation Move. So thank you Jared, you kick ass. Anyway, when I watched his review of the PlayStation Move, I was interested, wanted to try. I got the same bundle that he had, plus the navigation controller. Overall it cost me about $100. It sounds a lot, but as Jared said, it will be much cheaper. It will be much cheaper than to buy everything separately. So, let's get started. Now let's start with the presentation, since there is no story in Sport Champions. What I can say, the presentation is really good. It's sharp, it's smooth, and it's really good looking. And the voices there is are decent, and the music is actually pretty fitting for this kind of game. Now then, what I can say that the game has to calibrate every time. Ah, fuck. Hold on one moment. Now that is much better. So every time you start a new game in every sport that there is, you have to do this thing. But yeah, it's good looking. Now let's start with for the gameplay. It's really great. The motion works. Well, now that was a fail for myself. And in ping pong, with Jared said that he didn't like it. I have to disagree with Jared. I actually like this. It's kind of like playing tennis on Wii Sports. Same thing with the beach volleyball. Excuse me. And what Jared said about the archery, it actually works with only one controller. The Gladiator Duo, it's decent for myself, but I only use one controller, so it may be better with the other. And the bocce ball, that sport is actually pretty popular in my country as a pastime sport. It works decently too. And the frisbee golf or disc golf, it's actually pretty good also. Oh, that was a fail. So yeah, what I can say, it's really good. And the motions work really good. Now for the replayability. There is local multiplayer, there are leaderboards, there's a trophy hunting for your completionist, and that's pretty much it. But you have to buy another Move controller to play the multiplayer, so I don't know if it will be worth it. I haven't played it because I don't own a second one. So yeah, I don't know shit about multiplayer, but the game is fun at itself to replay. And now for the final verdict. Sport Champions and the PlayStation Move gets a 7 out of 10. It's a fun game, and the Move is actually workable, and the only minor gripes that I have with it are the lack of, I can say lack of, but to replay some games with the multiplayer to play by another Move controllers, and they're not actually that cheap. About my country they're about $35, but which you can spend on another game. So yeah, and even though I said that it's much cheaper to buy everything separately, the price about $100 with the Move, PlayStation Eye, Sport Champions and the navigation controller is still cheap, that it downgrades the grades a little bit. So I hope you like this episode of X82's Unscripted, and as always, if you liked it, you can like, favorite or even subscribe. And if you have a question or a request for me, you can comment down below. And while you're checking down below, you can check my description of it. You can find my link to my Facebook and my Twitter page. You can follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. And in next time, we'll be completing the Ratchet & Clank trilogy with the Ratchet & Clank 3. Until next time, this is X82 signing out.